very warm welcome. You are listening to Raag and Rhythm, a podcast that aims to take Indian classical music mainstream. I call it my classical to massical project. So come, join me on a melodious adventure featuring everything musical from classical rags to rock. Candid conversations with stalwarts of Indian music, laced with their beautiful life stories, rare musical gems, and of course highlights of my own musical experience. Are you a music lover? Do you want to learn how to sing? Are you aspiring to become a superior performing artist? Or do you want to create magic behind the microphone? Then you are at the right place. So do listen, share, and subscribe to my podcast. So today, my dear listeners, let's talk about a very large, ancient and versatile Hindustani classical raag in the Indian music system that was first mentioned in the Indian scriptures in the late 16th century, Raag Yaman. So what is Raag Yaman? Raag Yaman in Carnatic classical music is called Kalyani. It is a very large, ancient and versatile raag and was first mentioned in the scriptures in the late 16th century. Considered to be one of the most fundamental rags in Hindustani traditions, it is often one of the first rags taught to students. You will find classical bandishes, soulful Sufiana music as well as popular Bollywood songs in this raag. Yaman Kalyan is also called Jamini Kalyan at times, and stalwarts of classical music love to sing this raag because of the soul-stirring emotions that the arrangement of notes in this raag evoke in the listeners. It can create feelings of melancholy, happiness, love or tranquility. You know, dear listeners, when I hear songs in Yaman Kalyan, I'm either misty-eyed or extremely happy. What are the characteristic notes of this light raag? Ni, re, ga. Ni, re, ga. Ni, re, ga, ma, pa. Re, ga. Ga. So in this raag, we use half note madhyam yani ki tivrama. It is sung between the hours of 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. yani ki ratri ka pratham prahar. The most important note in this raag, Vadi, is ga, and Samvadi is the second most important note, which is ni. My research shows that Raag Yaman is second in the list of the top 10 rags used in the Bollywood film industry of India. Right after, of course, the non-traditional raag Pahari. So there's a smorgasbord of Bollywood songs out there in this raag. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, the popular and talented Bollywood director, producer, screenwriter and music director, has used Raag Yaman extensively. In fact, he has said that he absolutely loves this raag and most of his movies have at least one song based on Raag Yaman. So dear listeners, here's a mini medley, almost a bird's eye view into this rich raag in the world of Bollywood music. जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना, नी रे गा मा पा पा रे. This melodious stretching of the note re from pa is called a meed in Hindustani classical music, and it is very typical of Raag Yaman. Naam gum jaye चेहरा ही बदल जाएगा मेरी आज़ें पहचानी है कर याद रही पारेगा पारेगा रे सा. Again, Raag Yaman. And then this is how Raag Yaman sounds in verse style from one of my favorite qawwalis, a spiritual Sufi song written originally by the father of qawwali, Amir Khusro, and later modified by the Punjabi philosopher and Sufi poet Bulle Shah in honor of the most revered Sufi saint of Sindh, Lal Shahbaz Qalandar. Ho Lal meri pat रखियो बोला झूले लालन सिंदड़ी दा सेवण दा सखी शाबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दम दम दे अंदर हो लाल मेरी हो लाल मेरी. And that is Raag Yaman for you. And I hope listening to this amazing Raag made you a whole lot happier today. The Bangladeshi queen of melody Runa Laila ji, who I grew up listening to, has also sung this popular song. For those who don't know Runa Laila, she was a pioneer in performing while singing. She was also bold enough to make a unique fashion statement which was way ahead of her times. I mean, she was singing up on stage, dressed in Western wear at a time when it was considered taboo for women to even sing. Hats off to her and all those women who fought and continue to fight social taboos to realize their dreams. Now that you know so much more about Raag Yaman, see if you can recognize it in these Bollywood songs. Thodi Badmash from the Bollywood film Savariya, which is right up the modern day Indian nightingale Shreya Ghoshal's alley, to one of my absolute favorite songs, Lal Ishq, composed by Bansali ji and sung soulfully by Arijit Singh in the film Ram Leela. And the ever-popular independent track Breathless by another powerhouse in the Bollywood music industry, Shankar Mahadevan. You know, I must mention that the track Lal Ishq is actually a Raag Mala of sorts. It starts with an alap in Puriya Kalyan which uses half-note Rishabh or Komal Re, and then flows into Raag Yaman which uses the whole note Rishabh or Shuddha Re. So dear listeners, if you have reached this far, then you are simply awesome because you took time out of your busy lives to listen to me. So a heartfelt thank you from your very own show host, Surili Shanta. I will be back again next week with another episode and another exciting musical adventure. If you liked this episode, please do subscribe to my podcast and share with your friends and family. Feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time.